Alright, so here's an example problem like the online chapter challenge 4. There's actually two problems like this. So suppose you wanted to know at a particular latitude how high or how low the sun was going to be at noon. Of course, at noon the sun is the highest in the sky. And of course, let's make sure that we all understand what that means. It's the angle from the horizon, right? So if the sun was directly overhead, the answer would be 90 degrees. All right. Now, there's 3 times of year, or 4 times really, that we're interested in. Of course, this question is just asking about the highest and lowest, but I want to mention the other ones as well down here. So the highest that the sun is going to get, of course, is the first day of summer. In the northern hemisphere, of course, that is approximately June 21st. And the lowest that the sun is going to be in the sky, the lowest angle that it makes, is the first day of winter, which is approximately December 21st. It varies, of course, both those days vary within a couple of days of each other. Sometimes it's the 22nd and so forth. It's just because of the length of the year is not exactly 365 days. And also at noon on the equinoxes. So I just put this one equinox, the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, March 20th or March 21st. But this equation works just as well for September 21st, right? The fall equinox. Anyhow, here's the equation. The angle is going to equal 90 degrees minus whatever your latitude is. So this is during the highest time during the summer, plus 23.5 degrees. So the 23.5 degrees, of course, is always in there because that's the angle that the Earth is tilted with respect to the ecliptic. And so here for this calculation, I mean, it's a fairly simple calculation. Let's take a latitude of 55 degrees north. So on the first day of summer, the angle that the sun would make would be 58.5 degrees above the horizon. And on that same day, 6 months later, on the winter solstice. Of course, this is the summer this day when the sun is the highest is the summer solstice. When the sun is the lowest, that's the winter solstice. So on noon of the winter solstice, here's the equation. Of course, it would be minus your latitude and then minus 23.5 degrees because, of course, in the winter, the Earth, that hemisphere of the Earth is tilted away from the sun. And of course, that's December 21st for the northern hemisphere. And so if you happen to be at a latitude of 55 degrees north of the equator, the sun would only rise 11.5 degrees above the horizon. All right, and then let's turn to, now this, as I said, this next part could either be March or September. It doesn't really matter. And for the equinoxes, it's just 90 degrees minus the latitude. Okay, so on that particular day, it would be, the sun at noon on either March 20th or September 20th would be about 35 degrees above the horizon. All right, that's it for this example.